18.
Well, here's the big CNBC TV 18 exclusive. Vedanta and Foxconn will invest over 1.54 lakh crore rupees to set up a semiconductor manufacturing facility in Gujarat. Anil Agarwal, chairman of Vedanta, joins us now to take us through the company's decision and explain more about the joint venture and the road ahead. Mr. Agarwal, thanks very much for joining us here on CNBC TV 18. Let me start by asking you about your decision to pick Gujarat. What is it that the Gujarat government put on the table that made this so attractive for you?
One is that this was a very, very important project for India. There are only 3 countries who has doing Korea, China, Taiwan, and this will be the India. Every country is looking, and because of the Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister initiative, he really focused on semiconductor and the display glass. So this will be changing our India. Today import is $35 billion, going to be $300 billion in 7 to 8 years time. It was not in our hand to select the site. It was a very independent agency, Foxconn. We had 2 other consultants and the experts. They've been working last 30 days, more than 30 days, maybe 1.5 months, to go around all the places because they had a specific requirement, whether it's a land, whether it's a more of a technical, whether land, port, skilled people, the university has to be around, all this factor, and of course all the other power factor. So they have recommended. All other state is very, very capable, and we finally nailed down to, and recommendation came for Gujarat, and we have gone there. But I must tell you, it's not only Gujarat. Maharashtra, we are going to create a huge hub for developing the iPhone, EV, all other factor, the TV manufacturing, laptop, cell phone. So these things will be developed a huge cluster, which will be probably bigger than what we have in Gujarat. Is just making a fundamental raw material, a glass and the semiconductor, but that has to be used into the various product which will be developed. First preference would be Maharashtra and the other state also.
Okay, several things that you've said there, Mr. Agarwal. So let me quickly jump on to the last point that you made. You said that you are looking at manufacturing of cell phones, laptops, and of course electric vehicles as well. You believe that the first preference for that hub to come up will be in the state of Maharashtra. How soon are you anticipating to get started on that? Will that also be part of this joint venture with Foxconn, or will that be addressed separately?
This will be addressed separately because this is a 2 separate things. One is we are, and this is not only we are going to do it, there are hundreds of other companies, because what is happening? What is the vision? Vision is today every child who is 15 years old or more, if he has a laptop, he goes to different level.
Yeah.
Today, laptop is available at 1 lakh rupees. Once you have a chip and the glass available, I assume that the laptop can be available at 30,000-40,000 rupees or less. It all depends, because India is a very innovative, very entrepreneurial country. That's what happened in US. A lot of people will come out with a new design, but the basic heart of the thing is glass and the semiconductor, which will be produced locally. Now you don't have to go for the branded product. You can develop whatever way you want. We don't have to make a fancy product. We can make a simple product, and that is up to all the entrepreneur who want to do it.
No, so I
And
just want to
the
understand, Mr. Agarwal, I get what you're saying, that we need to ensure that there is affordable mobile phones, laptops in the market. But is that a space that you're looking at getting into? Are you going to be manufacturing as part of a joint venture, laptops, mobile phones, etc.? Is that the next step that you're looking at?
Not at all. Not at all. But we are going to create a cluster. When Maharashtra is a very important, Karnataka is very important. Maybe we can look at other states also to encourage from the 5 crore to 50 crore to 500 crore. Some of the higher product like EV vehicle, we might think to do with ourselves, but we at the moment let's focus purely on developing the semiconductor and the display glass.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not looking at getting into manufacturing laptops or mobile phones. You could look at the possibility of entering the electric vehicle market. I'll come back to that in just a second. But let's talk about this joint venture that you have with Foxconn. It's a 60-40 joint venture is what we're given to understand. Can you take us through the terms of agreement between Foxconn and yourself?
I can't take the detail. You have to talk to my people. I can just take at my level in general that that's not going to help you anywhere. What we are talking, we are going ahead. We are very confident. Please give us a good wishes. These are the very difficult project which we have always done. The thing this will take India at a very different level. As central government, state government, the energy level which is flowing at this point of time is very, very high. And let's go with that spirit.
Right. So when do you hope to, you said that the finer details will be given out by your team, but when do you hope to get things moving on the ground? When will we move closer to starting the work on the ground now that, the decision has been made in terms of Gujarat being the location? What about any further approvals that are required both from the central government to ensure that you can get started? What are the timelines that we're looking at?
All the approvals are in place and they all are doing the final thing. But parallelly, we are looking 2 years' time that we should have the product to be out in the market.
Okay, so in 2 years...
So that is what we are looking at.
Right.
And everybody is working towards that. We have location, we have nailed down Gujarat. And we are working. We believe that the groundbreaking ceremony will happen as soon as possible. So we can do that. Entire team is working. Everybody is working to have a groundbreaking ceremony. And we are going to start both projects. One is your making the semiconductor glass project, which we already producing in Taiwan, in Korea. We are going to have 100% owned by Vedanta. And that is also parallelly we are going to start.
Okay, so the glass project will be 100% Vedanta, and of course the semiconductor facility will be the joint venture with Foxconn. Mr. Agarwal, how will this be funded? 54 lakh crore rupees is what you have put forward as the number. How is this going to be funded?
Yeah, it will be, we have, as you know, Vedanta this year will have a $7.5–8 billion profit. We have a lot of good cash flow with us. For this project, there is not a single financial institution who does not want to fund us. We have to choose whom we take it. 40% or 38% what Foxconn has taken equity, they will bring in their money. With the reputation of ours and Foxconn, money will never be a constraint. Detail we can always work out with you. But for this kind of project, money will never be a constraint.
Yeah, I would imagine that money will not be a constraint. You've given us the number that Foxconn will hold 38% in the joint venture. What I'm trying to understand is, will any funding for this joint venture come from the listed entity, from Vedanta?
Yes, it will be part of Vedanta Limited. And this is the part of Vedanta Indian company, which will be one of the subsidiary, will be executing this project.
So could you give us some estimate of the kind of funding that will come from the listed entity, sir, for this project to be taken forward?
Yes, and the debt will come, equity will come from this, and debt we will take from the market.
And what kind of debt are we talking about? How much equity, how much debt? What will the split be?
I can give you the detail. But I can tell you at this point of time, let's leave it here, that our people can give you all the detail. Everything is in the press release. I'll send you the press release. The detail is there. But let's celebrate and enjoy. And India is a very sweet spot at this point of time. I've never seen in my 35 years career this kind of positiveness which I can see today. In 2 days' time, there is not a single institution, single equity provider or the debt providers. They all are looking forward something like this. How this government has cracked down. This will create number of employment. Direct employment will be 100,000 people, as we have said, and it will create cluster in a various states, because the demand, like a TV, I believe the TV cost will be half of the cost. A basic TV which everybody in India can have the TV. That is the aim. And so this is the fundamental raw material which we have cracked. And if this can happen, India is a place of entrepreneur. I'm a startup. I'm going to the universities. Our people are going to the universities, encouraging our startup, encouraging our young people to start this kind of venture where the raw material will be provided. Huge market. There is all the country which produce this, they export. India is a place where you produce and you can consume also. So I am very excited that let this happen. Lot of things will be unfold as we go forward.
Yes, I can see the excitement. You've been tweeting, talking about how this is going to move India a step closer to becoming Silicon Valley and move India from being a chip taker to being a chip maker. So I can see that the excitement is visible, Mr. Agarwal. But let me understand from you, in terms of next steps now, you said that you anticipate the groundbreaking ceremony will take place shortly. If you can just lay out for us the next steps towards operationalization of this joint venture.
Yeah, the entire responsibility to bring in the product will be of semiconductor will be Foxconn. We are supporting and helping to provide the land, building, our equity, debt, government approvals, bringing all the local support will be from our side. Entire responsibility to make. Chairman Wong is very, very keen to start this project as soon as possible, and that will be their responsibility. And he is very confident that we'll be able to produce first product within 2 years' time. The same glass we are already producing in Korea and in Taiwan. We are going to, by and large, with the better technology, bringing in here and duplicating to start producing display glass. Display glass will be very big breakthrough. It's called fab, and we are going to put everything into one location.